And fantastic neighborhood, EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
Viewers, we are bringing you live coverage from the Serakunda Westfield Road, where people who are commemorating or celebrating, I should say, the lives of Mr. Solo Sandeng. Mr. Sandeng is the United Democratic Party Youth Secretary who had died in state custody on April 15 after he was arrested a day earlier, which was on April 14, which would fall on today. It's 2 years since he has passed on. Him and his colleagues, 14 to be exact, are taken to the streets to Westfield, demanding for proper electoral reform. And state operatives, paramilitary forces, had arrested them and taken them into state custody. They were first held at paramilitary headquarters on the 14th, after they were arrested from Westfield and taken later to Mile 2 and subsequently to NIA headquarters in Banjul. Mr. Sandeng would later be pronounced dead in state custody on the 16th, prompting chains of events that many credited led to the fall of the former president Yahya Jammeh. On the 16th, after Mr. Sandeng's death was announced by the party's leader, Mr. Usainu Dabo, who is currently leading a procession with his party supporters and, of course, wide range of also Gambians who are pro-democrats who believe Sandeng had paid the ultimate price for Gambia's freedom from tyranny, are here to commemorate this day. And on the 15th, after Mr. Sandeng had died in state custody, Mr. Usainu Dabo, who is Gambia's former vice president and currently still the leader of the United Democratic Party, had held a press conference at his residence in Pipeline to announce the death in custody of Mr. Sandeng and the fact that he was tortured to death, allegedly, and also explain how others who had been taken in custody with him, including including Madam Fatou Jawara, who is currently a lawmaker, Nogoin Jai, and a host of others, that they were in coma and because they were beaten almost to death. Currently, a number of former NIA officials are currently being prosecuted for Sandeng's mother and also for the torture of host of others. This trial began immediately after the fall of President Yahya Jammeh from power, which had been led by who used to be a UDP flag bearer, a UDP candidate, Mr. Adama Barrow. Ousainou Darboe is currently reading the procession, and on the 16th he was one of the people within the United Democratic Party who are taken to the street demanding the remains, the body of Mr. Solo Sandeng, dead or alive. But it's crucial to note that while they were demanding the death of the body of Mr. Sandeng, dead or alive, on the 16th, Darboe had already announced that he had passed on, and that he had passed on as a result of torture. So it was already announced that Mr. Sandeng had passed on. Mr. Darboe and his colleagues who took to the street on that day were also arrested at around a fueling station along Kairaba Road, about 200 to 300 meters from Darboe's house. That's near the American corner, and they were intercepted there by paramilitary forces as they walked to Westville. And when they were arrested, they were also taken to custody. And a trial would later begin that would eventually end to the incarceration of the UDP leader and a host of others, about 38 of them. For many people who were in the Gambia, but also some people who are analysts of Gambia's political history, especially under the former President Jammeh, the death in custody of Mr. Solo Sandeng marked the beginning of the end of fear in the Gambia. Now, Jammeh was someone who had presided over a regime that used fear and oppression. In his 22-year rule. Now, when Sandeng dared him and he died, shades of events happened in this country, which culminated into first the protest of the UDP leader and his executive members, and second, subsequent protests that were held in Banjul during their trial, but also after their trial, and also subsequently what would later also be known as the Kalama Revolution. These were also part of protests that had happened in Banjul at the time during the trial. It marked the big credited for cleansing the South Africa of apartheid regime. Solo's death marks the beginning of the end.
Good morning, because it's morning, and I must say I am very much honored to speak here today on behalf of my family and also on behalf of the Solo Sandeng Foundation. As a partner to this commemoration, we are pleased to receive such a great crowd in honoring the great sacrifices of the great Langmarongs and the great Solo Sandengs and the great Nogonjais and Fatou Camaras, who might not be with us today here, probably because some of them still have grave illnesses that they are suffering from, and some of whom are not with us, but their families are here. And we recognize all of your presences, and we want to say thank you very much for being here and celebrating or commemorating this day with us. In addition to that, on behalf of my family, I want to thank the executive of the United Party for coming together with us to make this day such a success. But I also want to say that this day has been set aside by my family and the Solo Sandeng Foundation since 2017, which was the inception of the Solo Sandeng Freedom work. And today, it has grown bigger and wider, and we expect it to grow more, because this call is no other call than a call of democracy, a call of honoring those gallant men and women who sacrificed in the face of brutality and murder their lives to see us today gather in this manner, in a way that we do not get dispersed and we do not get beaten. Let's all put our hands together, if necessary, for these gallant men and women. And I want to say, the Solo Sandeng Freedom work is a source of closure to my family and to all other families, because this is a day that we believe is a way of, kicking aside the kind of stigma that comes with having to have your family member stand against impunity, which, in some way, some people believe is not right. But seeing you today here, being in solidarity with all of us, gives me more courage and actually gives great closure to my family, because of what it means, to have people realize, your efforts and the efforts of all those that participated, in uprooting the roots of dictatorship in this country. And I also want to say that on behalf of my family, we see this day as a day of closure, a day of somber reflection on the day that we lost a breadwinner, and we want this day to be kept in remembrance of all of these people in the most genuine ways, so that we keep remembering them in genuine ways, and we do not do this overly, or we do not express these things in ways which it would not embrace the greater population of the Gambian people. So I would keep this short and thank all of you for being here. And I want to say that we are observing this day as a national day, not only as a day of a particular group, but I am sure by the indications that we see here that this day is a national day. It's not a day of one side, it's not a day of one group. All Gambians should make it verily look like an objective, a responsibility to come out and grace this day and make sure we remember these gallant men and women because they put their lives on the lines to see that we get free, that there's no more dictatorship in this country. And whoever is enjoying this today should take this as a duty to be outside here and celebrate or commemorate this day. So I thank you all for being here and for being in solidarity with us. As a family, we are very much honored that we have people supporting us in this manner, and we want this to continue so that we continue celebrating the legacies of all these people in the most genuine ways. I thank you all for your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohamed Sande. Badingolu ko na fale nyame bimulum balati lungulemu mi along fonna mirol samban na badingol kan meli along ifintita jang purka nyim banko banko ya fansoto solo kuruma nyol solo sande nyol anim victime odol mel fana be lorin jang lafta badingol me understand solo la fata bari solo dammata kuwol kono e niajen ka fo solo ko ka tararale bari ñi manke solo sande lungo dammati ñi mo gambie be la lungolati ñi mo lungolati miliala momo nana tara ibatata ya jambele maralo kono ala dictatorship kono wala la lomu beti andu nale ñaato janjibe kafu bayo fana nala kafo molbe jamel mu victime olti be konton na be jeera mba tandele to fana nako nato linte bintata rajang so woto mbadi wol melbe siring suma mbokki wolofi tay bes la bes bo xamé ñun duñ ko musa faté sun tarik Gambia tay moy bes bo xamé solo ak xaritami ak ño xamé den taxaw pour gis démocratie mu dox Gambia fi jénon gaay télen door len tej len solo fofu la dé dafa am ño xamé comme Fatmata Jawara ñu ngi dunda deewuñ ba sona nañ so ñom tamit ñu ngi fatal ni bes bi moy victimes yi nekut solo rek nekut ñu gañu nekut ñu amé ñun yeb gamel la whether you know it or not we all suffered in the struggle so today is a day that we have to remember each and everybody who suffered whether mentally physically psychologically and all the calicalis we have to acknowledge them. Thank you. We may now call Kafu Bayo, the leader of the victim, to come and make a statement. Kafu, you're welcome. Bismillah. Nani Jamafa? Na Jamafa. Okay, amuta dum.
Bon, assalamu alaikum Gambiarol. Mbal be konton na altonal konton la. Mbena president ba konton na mimu Adama Baroti. Mbena victimol fanam be konton na itoni konton la. Okay, mbena landa farsa ba mimu landa farsa ba di landa faso ni aje balaro fula farsa mimbale mawole. Olom na parti olom na parti nyaton ko mimu Alhaji Hussein Numukunda Daboti. Mba konton na bere bete. Mbe itani la Gambia no la ko kumosiata alinga nyo bunya ni bunya banta dorong atebeti ala alinga nyo bunya. Okay, sa imbe mi fula mole ndol victimol al salon ko ni ya je Gambia bi mo min diate ba fola ala ni victimol 14 April 16 April May 9 ndole Gambia bondi dinko kono kunu Gambia mo buka diamu ni be diamu hani ila musobe diwala bunko ne mo je ma million dorong isa jede parce que fo mo falal be kono fonte ma long moto fi mo ne aje suude kido ke fara dumal le wobo 14 April 16 April May 9 ani na nyatu ka kendo mimu ala Hussein Daboti. Bon mbe mi fola le ali nga nyo bunya parce que man ni ko le kuma kilnefo e ko ni man je ko saroto e jo min tero saroto o de nyanta otula jele oto nyanta victime bunya la le ala ni victime wala na bi mo min diate mo bebe fola Gambia ko min diar mi ba fola pende fola ji ala ni tol victime ol benna ko mo dan zan tumaro di amlal be siari wa salam.
Abaraka aliya kebal jele ñin kebal le struggle ke fo Gambia ya fansoto woto nalon sa fondin jawme be lorin jang bi ne jangi be fondin jawol siata oto fondin jawlu alla luwo fele kebal wol nyanta men kele yakele no bota je be patiola assistant administrative secretary alaji SW commandila ay commandim fay mol kam bi ñol lot alaji SW you welcome
Assalamu alaikum badingolo men benta jang kabo victim solla chairman la kafu bayola anala molu kanabula Solo Sandeng Foundation ani Solo Sandeng family molu kanabula United Democratic Party la party leader la ani UDP la executive molu kanabula madam Fatou Diallo Tambajang me yalonko birinyun ko nyin keta ay lodla bata kitiola wato nyin kaje ko to nyaaye sabatindi bor alala la nyinoto o mannake mbal be tendla mbal jayila aleyina menke kanama be kanyim bengo nyunto ñine mo sinya sabanjawti barin tol nga dad seronella ñina mën na sinya fulanjawti kanyum juralo ñinke ñin juraro nka ke April 14 April 16 ani May 9 to yale kamba bari ngamira atambita walale bawo struggle menketa ñun lungolu wallal ye struggle kumfa bari nga kalamda kabrin 1996 Gambia dingol be struggle che kanne kaje ko democracy and rule of law ay murna ñim bankun kan woto mol men be oke fo ñim molun nata yewol kumfa ngamira ñin juraro nimba che kan ngam mira ngaw be kalamutale an kamurana hakilo ñin konole Solo Sandeng anko wala mi Solo Sandeng andinga ñongolu men be ko Lamaron men be ko Ibrahima Solo Koroma men be ko Ibrahima Cissé ñul molle mot men yalon ko itambita anin Lamin Manjang menu tambita ko ñin kola bar mol men yalon ko ebe koma alala kitieto ebe baluring hakilo bol fanan kanne ko wolle fanam molde men yalon ko yaaje ko ñin ketale wol bebe ko konole hanni tere manna jang bayla family natale mbale be tentula mbale jayila ni ku amel latale kan gambela ni ku yalemu bim bebe jam bebe ni be ku yarin anu bebe jura ce kan mbe duwa ce kan ko nyimmolu alama alay arjana kallan ke kere iye ntol menu fanam be jang alama Gambia banko lafta ay kenyamin na nannato fo ala swoti mandi Gambia sike bankuti dunia sike ageko atemu santi on to dunia nyin kono democracy struggle dawda ni ba cila ikanata wala kamma tumando alaben na to ba jarala la ba timmandila mbal tentula mbal jayla alla na jang wassalamu ala baraka
thank you very much Alaji SW Abaraka. Ladies and gentlemen, in our midst on the high table we have a friend, is a person who is a global citizen of the world in the name of Reed Brody. Reed Brody is a human rights activist and he's called Human Rights Watch. Another name for him is called Dictator Hunter. Can you stand up, please? Maybe one day you will come to know him. So he's hunting dictators. So I know Gambia will not be an exception. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the singular honor to invite our former Vice President, Fatou Diallo Tambajang, who struggled for this country to be liberated to come and make a statement to the occasion.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa ta'ala barakatuh. Mbalbe kontonna mbe UDP la Secretary General Party Leader His Excellency Ousainou Darboe kontonna. Mbala executive hall be kontonna, be funding Kerr kontonna, be victims of April 14, 16 and May 9th be kontonna, be party dingol fanam kontonna, be Gambia dingol be mi yalon ko ye nyotu nyimbanko kan ni sanji mo ni flo be kontonna, be duale fa ala siso jannatul firdaus la. Niaje bin lota nyim flago le katun May 14 and 16 kabrin Solo Sandeng funtita imam funti pati kuola wala tinay mansari pati wala ifuntita Gambia leye mol mi yalon ko ya hakilo soto bi janyanta falale katun afata bankole afata demokrasi le andun laftawo demokrasi le londilanu Gambia banko kan andun hanimbi demokrasi bu kulati min yalon ko amanke fenti min yaro abe lorinne demokrasi ka tamale fo jannin demokrasi be tamala nyama Gambia dingol be ye fanje demokrasi kono yela nyanto fananje demokrasi kono nte Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang be lolale ye niyo di min nam fanam be niyo di la walale ñin lo ñanta jurala le du Gambian kol be la ñanta jurala ñi tata bankuto mal dolle bi ñanta medayo di la le hannata ibe la kabulol kono ñanta medayo di le la le and coalition 2016 mi yalon kon telo mala chairmanoti wo coalition 16 ye mira le kunu ye mitino soto ye mira ka fuko nyanta ni mansa kunda ye kacha pour juralo ye tambi juralo fanana asike fenti mi yalon ko abe balulale minul yalon ko beleta e nyanta medayo dile lale minul yalon ko be baluring e nyanta medayo dile lale minul yalon ko batata nyin ko kono le e nyanta fenne la mi yalon ko itata le ila alfal ila dimbaye minul tu koma wol fana nyante to potolale funding kewol niaje kebal be nyatu bi kal dandan ne doron bari bi altol le nyanta lola ale nyo muta ale nyo bunya ale alfal bunya ntela yamaro wato wolom ali alfal bunya kata social media to ka foko ibe albe alfal kajafila albe alfal kumomin ko kunatal kono alba fula woman ke siloti min mo siloti aliye dokoke aliye bundal konkon doko ye soto aliye dokoke aliyalla alfal nafa alfal tol fanam bebe o nafa la kono katu nila dimban altolom tol la dibat muna digo min be min nafa la mo yalon ne bang mo malo woto laftale fondin kewol aliye fulla anin fayda soto aliye nendiro bula asa lonko albota albe bota korda betol to mbe malla alfalleti nie ku soto be min fola inyanta mira lale ko mi yalon ko abe banko sambala nyatol bang abe fondin ko sambala nyato ba abe musol sambala nyato le bang alfal be min moyla ye wuli ye tewol city ya nyini ya diala bare nal yo nandiro ke na metal be fola alfal lale nun nal fota alfal banko lalde woto mbeddu walale si maya ni jata kende nakumo alkana moy jusola nimbota jandoro aleta social media alsafo Fatoumata Tambaja bari temal naleti minul kan nen social media ko nan manke nim mankal nati mal bi kilati
mama
o almama al fañol ten nenna al bañol ten nenna al kotomañol ten nenna katu mal be binkileti mal la alfaleti walati nambukalla nendi rota andun ka boje fanante ba mamu kanyala walti nien nen wala kan nasiwo la fa wodo mbal tentula mbal jalla mendi ma kontonna lord mayor isi haketu imundi walti nyaawa nya bari nyante buñalale yela palaso fa bedwala be allahumma salli ala
Ladies and gentlemen, I think somebody is coming for Wolof. I think ninamu keba ya nafati. Keba kumata society ya keba kumata jele. Odo nyi keba almelialo ye nila Gambie. Otilo la wato ndol funding je jamal beje mantol je. Odo alne bunya. Ibe kudo na taraje. So nalonko bi nyollu mu lolti mi alon kanda demokrasi bambandilem. Manna ka UDP bambandi, manna ka parti kilin sambento ya, bari nata Gambia na la demokrasi la bambandi. Andu solo fintita nyin dalilol kan ana teri mañol. Andu aja farma da tamba jam fanam, ani coalition alfal be wulta men kan wala mu indiko kaje ko Gambia la demokrasi bambang and never again. Alim be for never again. Never again. Woto aja fanma da tamba jam banko funding jol be karafari fanamma kaje ko alien tete alien samba silo kan silo me alon demokrasi be bamban na Gambia abaraka. No je ladies and gentlemen, ben deputy party leader ajam seka mba fanan command la fanan se diamu surwa kan la pour mbadin surwa kan moy la fanan sa moy bi ñol lungo munama ala lo kanti jannamina aje yamun daw fanan be janne aje yamun daw manke moti mi alo men nukunda Gambia la struggle oto afanan be janne ane nogon jay fanan be janne mi alo victim lamu up to now she is struggling, you know, to get better treatment. But alhamdulillah kata ko be ke kan ne kaje ko ñul be topoto la ñame be makoy no la ñame. So woto men deputy party leader fanan kumandila ayna kumandim fay mbadin kan surwa moy lalle pour bi ñol lu menti bismillah.
Kuluwa kunya tanning kilin karam na sawan de frod man tambila nyaado na kuluwa kunya tanning kilin karam iye fo ala si yam fuyma
bakale
solo sanden tadale na maron tadale ye la
bakale be fida o kala nim be fida o kala inshallah aja you welcome. I think in her speech, she made a very strong recommendation for the government to see how to support the victims, because it's their fundamental right to have better treatment. Health treatment is their problem, as you can see their face. So it's a responsibility of government to support the victims. So it's a strong recommendation to the government of the Gambia to see how to support the victims of all the 10 April, 11 April, or 9 May. And another strong recommendation made by the former Vice President to have a Martyr Day. You know, a Martyr Day is going to be a day that we are going to remember all our fallen heroes and heroes. There are Hydra, you know, not only, you know, UDP victims, but all the victims of 22 years of brutality in this country. We should have a day for it, we celebrate it, and we award them. Ladies and gentlemen, in our midst, we have the family of Solo Koroma, Lamaron. They are all present with us here. So we want them to we want to welcome them formally to the ground. The ground is our own ground. They are all welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to keep you here for so long. Now we have the singular honor to invite the party leader. At first, he didn't want to make a statement here, but he's so much indebted if he doesn't make a statement here. So therefore he should, because we felt that, you know, today is a day for all the leaders. All the party leaders are invited to this occasion, whether formally or informal, because it's a day of Gambians. So United Democratic Party is part of Gambia, it's Gambian Day. So therefore we invite the party leader to come. Yes, so Musa Sonko also is with us here, representing NRP, National Reconciliation Party. So, Honorable Mr. Lawyer Ousainou Darboe, you are welcome on stage.
Your Excellency, former Vice President Ajaratu Fatoumatta Tambajang, the Deputy Party Leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, our host, the late Mayor of Kanifing Municipality, our friend, the dictator hunter, Mr. Rodney, we recognize your presence. And indeed, we are gratified that you are with us today to celebrate and commemorate this very important event. The Deputy National President of the United Democratic Party, my fellow compatriots, today we started our march from Tipagaras to this site. We did so because on Thursday, 14th April 2016, Solo Sandeng left the UDP Manjai Bureau through Tipagaras, where he was accompanied by a few people to join the rest of his colleagues at Bambo to go on the Freedom March. It was a march that was akin to that of Martin Luther King. And today, 14th April, Sunday, 14th April 2019, we are doing the same march to commemorate and celebrate Solo Sandeng and others. And it's significant that 14th April 2019 happens to be Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday was the day that the Messiah, Jesus Christ, went on the great march to free the world from iniquities. That was the day that Jesus Christ marched, and he was subsequently arrested by a brutal regime in those days, subjected to a mock trial, and subsequently crucified. It was the same thing that Solo Sandeng and his colleagues did. They came to this place, they were descended upon by a brutal regime, arrested. He was brutalized and he died. For us, he was on that day crucified for Gambia, and as a result of his crucifixion, Gambia got liberated. We cannot do any better than acknowledge the immense contribution and sacrifices that Solo Sandeng, Fatoumatta Jawara, Fatou Camara, Nogo Njai, Kafubayo, Falan Sonko, Mamadou Ngom, Lam Marong, Ibrahima Janko Sise, and a host of others. You cannot forget, please, huh? We cannot really forget their sacrifices. The role of the participants on that day is long. but we cannot mention each and every one of them. On the 16th, there was the follow-up march by Alai Morisani, Kemi Senjamin, Lamin Diba, Femi Peters, and a host of others. 9th May, that was the Kalama Revolution, led by our gallant women who were prepared to go to jail, and in fact some of them were arrested and subjected to some mock trial. It is the cumulative contribution of all these people, including Solo Kuroma, who traveled all the way from Sandu, Daslami Sandu, to come here. It was their cumulative efforts that led to the liberation of this country, and we are grateful to them. Well, I want to tell the Sandeng family, the Sona family, that their son, their brother, their cousin has been in the forefront of this struggle. I have worked with Solo for more than 20 years, and I knew him to be a person of great humility. I knew him to be a person of great dedication. He was a person well focused with a sense of purpose. He has never betrayed anybody. It is often that people would betray him, but it is always the hallmark of an accomplished person that would never be deterred by betrayals. He always fought on and pushed on. Otherwise, the events of 14 April 2016, the arrestees would have been of a greater diversity, but it was only Solo and his UDP cohorts. Indeed, the event on that day was one embarked upon by Solo as a member of the United Democratic Party, pursuing a national agenda. And that national agenda having been pursued by him and the rest of his colleagues, leading to our liberation. I think that every Gambian should do it his own business to join that group in order to celebrate this day, in order to commemorate this day. But we cannot really sit back and hoping that people will come and celebrate Solo's victory or Solo's accomplishment together with his colleagues. We have to be in the forefront, and we will continue to be in the forefront of doing that. And we hope that in future, Gambians of all walks of life, Gambians of all religious faith, Gambians of all political persuasion will join us to celebrate this day, so that it
it's your mobile phone. Sorry.
For it to be a national day, but we will not, in expectation that people will treat us as a national matter, and then we fall back, and then we see it the day to pass away unnoticed, uncelebrated. United Democratic Party will be doing a great deal of disservice to Solo Sandeng and the several other people who were in this struggle, the several other people who were subjected to torture. You saw Mudungam when he was being interviewed, when he's been interrogated, he was licking blood oozing from his body. You also got television. Those sacrifices that they have done was for the nation, not for UDP. And we would expect that everyone would join in the celebration, just as Martin Luther King, although he was allegedly pursuing the cause for the black people of America, it was not for the black people of America, it was pursuit of justice. So was UDP doing. So we should all make it our business and not consider this as a UDP affair. We could come in our yellow collar to demonstrate our unflinching affiliation with Solo Sandeng. That is what it's all about. Today, the youth leader has stated, and this has been my vision and my ambition, that we will have, or we should have, a National Matters Day. We must celebrate the sacrifices of Deda Hydra. We must celebrate the sacrifices of Kaniba Kanyi. We must remember Mr. Job and Mr. Cisse, the Gambian Americans who disappeared from the surface of the earth when they came here on Gambia on holidays. We must celebrate the sacrifices of several other people, including my own nephew, and I say my own nephew because he is very close, very friendly to my son, Ibrahima Janko Cisse. We must celebrate their sacrifices and have to assign a date to that. But we will also continue to celebrate 14th April rather, as the day that the great march to freedom, to the liberation of the Gambia, it was on this day that it was held. This evening, we will be having, a lecture. And the theme of the lecture is upholding our upholding the gains of democracy. And it is quite an appropriate theme because we have distilled a dictatorship and installed a democratic society. That is a great gain. How do you go about to uphold those gains? How do you go about to ensure that the gains of our democratic gains are not dissipated? I'm sure probably the speakers on today's event will give us the path that we should trod in order to ensure that those who sacrificed, those who were brutalized, those sons of ours who on the 10th and 11th of April, at their flowering age, when their lives were suddenly brought to a halt. Some of them are still in wheelchairs, unable to pursue the careers that they want to do. We must make sure that those people, their sufferings, the young ones who died at an early age, their death would not be in vain. And it is what will be told this evening that will give every Gambian an idea of what we should do. That is to say, I hope that we will be able to follow on their advice. Let me end by thanking all of you and to acknowledge with pride and immense happiness the presence of Aja Fatmata Tambajam. She is the daughter of a Kanyalen. But I'll tell you one thing. For more than 40 years, for more than 45 years or so, I have never seen her act like a daughter of a Kanyalen. That surprises me. Daughters of Kanyalen always behave like daughters of a Kanyalen. Maybe before it's just that we have the church service here, but otherwise we would have got the video here. But I thank you all for your presence, and let us continue to pray for our brothers who have gone beyond this jurisdiction, who have translated into eternity. Let us continue to pray for them, and let their death be a lesson to us, and let their death be our agenda, that we must know why they died, and we should not in any way make their death to be futile. I see Usainu here, I see Elman, and all of them. We must make sure that they were orphaned at a very early age. Why? And we should continue to search for that answer. And if we do so, we will definitely ensure that we will keep the agenda of these people alive. I thank you all.
Abaraka bake patilida albe patilida la kumo moyle kumala sutia kama ay mobe tentu melbe maberi njang tandiko solona kapunyo mu molle timelale kata ko ke banko e kata ko ke patiye so an victime melbe jang kabo baby ay sala foka futa kafu bayoma ay mobe tentu ay jeyi anin solo la family the foundation ka tandila ko mollel muti melyalong e man fisiri walla e man tuje andung yalon na solo fata dalilo men kan andu be tenten na wala nobody jay content no di
sorry they asking you to mention the venue for today
so I tend to ro futandi mol kam melyalong bi i bodela bungol kono ka futa jang ka tandi ko nyimmu banko la quality bari ha UDP de ita tuno la koma ni solo sande ko be caring fo e tambi nyaato because ni moke woto solo la julol be tarlela kandum kulu ina tata nyame woto kamma bi nimmo moye moje e UDP le mun ko dum o tambita nyaato woto solo la kano anila badiya o kama wala o sabu bara amanke nyinti ko ndo dammal tam soloti bari mandin kol ko kanyanta bar dola tabam woto bi UDP manke moti mi along e solo la ko do yenta doyalaji no fanam botaje ay tenturo futandi bake memuna former vice president membe maberi jang ko musola mu me along abe gambia la ko dam malto kaje ko gambe ta nyaato bar jaxali kilina muta ko sanjita nan nim feng amaje kanyale ya manyala fombe may ko di la bar nalo church service lebe jang non da be kanyale donkilo dol la le be sey nyola na mama nyola nalon kanyale ya diam menti mbadi wol mbalbe tentula mbal jela men executive o konton na melbe maberi jang na honorable lolu anim banko mobe ke la wato tinya ka mabe fejang pour kaje ko gambia la fan soto ta nyaato woto gambia nolu alimbe ya fokote nge never again power belongs to the people anu na menke je nyimuna democratic right leti ka assembly ka nyoka chandi ka tonya fo nyoyen kana nyo flindi fitino na bondinda maltema we must pursue for justice. Justice delay is justice denied. Mbalbe tendula, mbaljela. On behalf of the youth wing, mbafulali ala baraka ali dankuma ularo mentutaje wala mu ularo mentutaje memorial lecture mbokela Metis Hotel opposite Maron supermarket. Yes, Metis Hotel. Is it Metis or Medicine? Okay. Medicine Hotel. So mbelafla munala wofanang na karana bal banko karana nal nawlel invite pour ka diamu démocratie la fannala but jannin kata nyaato modole daniro ke jang nse fidao ke kuluwa tannin killing na duwa na sabante flole mel banta mel yalon bitem fe jang se duwe fo alsa yam fakay Amin. Alma ale yang fakir. Ya barko. So nobody jem bese wuli jannin ka janjan na national anthem la bankola kam foro ya julo. After the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oda Gambia. Go ahead.
So you heard it there. It was a range of speeches that were done by members of United Democratic Party, including their party leader, deputy party leader, here with me to talk about the memorial lecture of Mr. Solo Sandeng that will be held later today at 6 p.m. Is Mr. Honorable Suleiman Sao. He is the National Youth President for the United Democratic Party. Mr. Sao, let's first begin. What does this day mean for the United Democratic Party?
This day is a day that will never be forgotten in our history. It's a day of mourning. It's a day of reflection. The struggle that our party went through until our fellow was tortured to death. We can't bear the pain. We have to remember him. And we expect the government to award these people. No matter, even if they are in their graves, they should be awarded. Us as a party, we feel that we owe them a lot. And we want the world to remember them. And we want this day to be a national day.
You think they should be recognized?
Of course. And as a party, when we come to government, this is what we are going to work on first. To see to that these people are recognized, the service that they have done for this country. Solo came out in pursuit for justice, good electoral practices, but he was arrested, which that was his fundamental right. He was exercising his constitutional right. It has been stated in the constitution that every Gambian has right to peaceful assembly, to demonstrate, to show whatever you have. He was not having even a pen in his hand. Why should he be arrested?
Solo had campaigned for certain ideals, such as the electoral reform, but also one of the laws that killed Solo, or that led to his arrest, is the Public Order Act.
Yes.
This is still in place in this country.
Yes.
And the UDP was an active part of this government, so blame you for not
yes.
Prioritizing reforms that Solo deeply cared about.
Yes, thank you very much. At the parliament, these are some of the things that we are trying to see how to change them. But sometimes we have this obstacle of CRC doing the review. So we thought it necessary not to preempt what they're going to do. So at a point we felt that the government will not be bold enough to exercise that order on anybody again. Do you understand? But as you said, it needs to be in the law. The law needs to be amended. We believe when the new constitution is reviewed, it will be brought before the parliament. And we will see this. We believe when they go out on consultation, many Gambians express this on platforms. We need it to be amended. Inshallah, whether they put it there or not, as parliamentarian, it's our responsibility to amend it, and we will do so.
Tell us, when Solo took to the street, there were, after he was arrested, killed, this was what many credited as the post events that led to, that marks the beginning of the end of former President Jammeh.
Yes.
Is there mechanisms within the United Democratic Party to sort of teach the young generation of your party sort of national consciousness that could lead to people freedom. Having
their freedom?
Yes.
Yes, Mustafa, as I said, freedom is not a gift. So as a party, we have our youth wing. And this is the message that we send to them. They must be in charge of things. They don't expect freedom to come to their doors. They have to pursue for it. Freedom, we have our fundamental rights that we are born with as human beings. If anybody wants to tamper with that, it's your responsibility to come out and challenge that individual. Hey, what you're doing is wrong. That's my right. It belongs to me. You can't take it from them. There are rights that we are born with as human beings. And UDP as a party, these are some of the things that we are inculcating in the minds of our younger generation. To be in charge of certain things, to be watchdogs. Whenever they see any threat to justice anywhere, they should make an outcry.
I've not seen any key state players here, like ministers or other institutional heads. Have you people reached out? Have you people invited?
No, because as I said, we try to target the religious groups. All right, we target some influential people who've been interested in politics, but we didn't extend it to government because UDP is taking the lead. Extending it to the ministers or to the government, they might see it as we are trying to gain political popularity.
But you said you are trying to celebrate this as a national event, which would make.
That's why in our speeches we have made a recommendation to the government. So by next year we are going to work on that. Do you understand?
Recommendations.
Recommendations, for it to be a national event whereby the government, will be part and parcel of it. Like the ministers that you're talking of, we will invite all of them. Though this year we didn't invite them. Unfortunately, we didn't invite them. But as a point to be noted is next year we're going to invite even the president.
Later today, your party is going to, or the organizers of this event are going to hold a memorial lecture.
Yes.
Tell us what's going to be discussed there. What's going to happen? How
to uphold the gains of democracy. How to uphold the gains of democracy. How are you going to strengthen democracy? Mustafa, democracy is a process. We believe that Gambia, we have a long way to go. And it's high time our intellectuals come up and talk to the people in a language that they can understand. That this struggle is a struggle that it needs common effort. It's a struggle that needs to be continued. It's a struggle that you and I are part of. If there is no democracy, there is no media freedom. You will not be here talking to me, or I'll not be here talking to you. So these are going to be the
who is going to be the one who will deliver a lecture?
Yeah, we invited Sidia Jata to give a lecture. Unfortunately, he cannot make it. So the party leader himself is in preparation, in consultation with other human rights lawyers, or politicians to be taking the lead.
Thank you very much. Mr. Reed Brody is a human rights lawyer working with Human Rights Watch. He has been involved with Jambe to Justice campaign, and he has been working on putting together finally a case that we hope would be a case that would eventually put Jambe away. Mr. Reed Brody, could you first tell us what your work, the status of your work right now, as you are trying to put together a case that would eventually, ultimately put Jambe away?
Well, right now we're doing a lot of things. First of all, we're working with the victims. I think what's remarkable is how the victims, the families, have come together in such a short time to be a force. I mean, everybody here is talking about the victims, about the Victims Association, and I think that, as a building block, that first of all is the most important thing, is that we have people who are determined, family members, people who themselves were tortured, who are fighting for justice. And so that's the first task in bringing a dictator to justice, is to ensure that the victims have a voice. And the victims clearly in today's Gambia have a voice and have a seat at the table. I think that the TRRC is doing an amazing job of building a record and of captivating people. I mean, people here, and I'm abroad most of the time watching it on TV, every day brings new revelations about the crimes that were committed during Yahya Jammeh's period. And so I think the TRRC is contributing in two ways. First of all, it's building that record of the crimes that were committed, but it's also showing and mobilizing public opinion. I think it's very hard to watch people talk about having to drink their urine and having to be, and being tortured the way they were tortured, and not believe that justice should be done. So I think, we are moving forward. Obviously, there are many difficulties. Yahya Jammeh is dancing on parties with Obiang, and we're going to need to ultimately create the political conditions so that even his dance partner, Teodoro Obiang, says, you know what, the people, the countries of Africa want justice here. We're going to let that happen.
So in other words, you think today, more than ever, we're close to bringing Jammeh to justice?
I think close. I mean, it's not going to happen tomorrow. But I think we are building something that is going to be irresistible. And so I'm very confident that in the medium term, we will be able to create those both legal conditions and political conditions to see Yahya Jammeh brought to justice.
You are one of those who have played a huge role in documenting the case of the migrants who have been killed in the Gambia. There are some who say, because of the countries involved, the nationalities of the countries involved in that massacre, like Ghana, that probably has given us an opportunity to have a place where not just to try Jammeh, but to have a country with huge resources behind the campaign to bring him to justice. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that's a very important point. In the 2005 migrant massacre, we had victims from Ghana, particularly, but also Nigeria, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo. And so I hope that we will have many countries pressing ultimately to bring Yahya Jammeh to justice. We met with the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo. We showed him our evidence that these migrants were killed by the junglers. The one survivor of that massacre, Martin Cherry, a dynamic, committed man, is going around Ghana now organizing the victims, and we hope that the Ghana government will move on its own and take up this investigation. But certainly, what we're doing is we are creating a sentiment not just in Gambia, but in Ghana and in other places, in Senegal. I mean, Yahya Jammeh used Casamance as his personal cemetery. I mean, the migrants are buried there. Haroun Jammeh is buried there. Many people who were killed are buried in Senegal. So I'm hoping that we can create a regional movement for justice.
So you think by saying, talking about sentiment, you're trying to mobilize public opinion within the region, not just political leadership?
Yeah, leaders follow. I think it's very easy to just say, okay, this was the past. Let's look at there's always a tendency to forget the past. I think Gambia is not. I mean, we've seen that with the TRRC. But really, these things rest on public opinion. They rest on the identification of the victim. Solo Sandeng, Data Hydera. I mean, how can you say that their children do not have a right to the truth and to justice? And I think that's the core of any campaign for justice.
So tell us, I mean, you've talked about TRRC quite often in this interview. Do you follow TRRC?
Sure. I mean, I can't follow it every day, but I watch it and then I read the summaries. That I have people making summaries for me, and I read about it in the newspaper and on social media.
Do you think it presents an opportunity in terms of, because it's also investigating the past crimes, an opportunity for us to easily document cases to bring Jammeh to justice within a reasonable period of time?
I think that's precisely what it's doing. I mean, we're hearing not just from victims, we're hearing from insiders. I mean, in most cases, of course, Yahya Jammeh was not personally involved in torturing somebody. So you need to hear from insiders to say, this is the order that was given. This is the connection. The crimes, everybody knows, well, not even. I mean, we're learning more even about the crimes themselves. But what's very hard in bringing and developing a legal case is showing the link between the man up here and the crimes that were committed down here. And I think that the Truth Commission is helping us do that.
So, I mean, you have been part of bringing Hassan Habri to justice. And you have already been working on the Jammeh case for almost 2 years. Are there any connection that's helping you say, well, this will be easier perhaps, or is it going to be more difficult?
Well, every case is different, and this, the Jammeh situation has the particular challenge that he is in Equatorial Guinea. On the other hand, the victims here are so far ahead of where the victims in Chad were. I mean, we organized, when we started this campaign, we actually organized a meeting between the Chadian victims and the victims here from Gambia. And, it took the Chadian victims 17 years to bring him to justice. But I think that here we're far ahead of that. I mean, I don't think anybody, and also there's a different expectation. When Suleiman Geng came out of Hissan Habre's prisons and said, I want to fight for justice, people said, what, are you crazy? I mean, since when has justice ever came to Chad? Now, people want to ask, how long is it going to take? There's an assumption that it can be done. And so that already, the belief that it can be done, helps mobilize people and keep them, committed to a cause.
How long might we be looking at? There are those who would say, money can be blown, time can be blown. How much, in our case, would be looking at, based on what you've seen so far?
Look, I think everybody understands that it's going to take a few years. The Gambia today is not ready. I mean, when I have a meeting with Gambian, with journalists, with students, I say, how many people want to see Yahya Jammeh brought to justice? And they say yes. And how many people think he should come back right now today to Gambia to face a trial? Nobody says yes. The conditions don't exist yet. So I think that we're going to use this time, this couple of years, while the conditions are being created, to develop the legal, the legal record, and so that, in a couple of years, when the TRRC finishes its work, hopefully, we're looking now, what will happen after the TRRC? The TRRC will recommend that certain people be brought to justice. Where will they be brought to justice? Perhaps we should, we're already, and the government is already talking about the need to create a special court with experienced investigators, with experienced people who have experience in international criminal law, so that there is a forum to do this. But again, all of this will come together. The security conditions need to be here, the political conditions need to be here, the mental conditions need to be here. I believe strongly that it can happen, but I also believe it's going to take a couple of years.
Thank you very much, Mr.
You're welcome.
That was, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Reed Brody. He's also called the dictator hunter. He's one of those who have been working to put together a case to bring the former president Yahya Jammeh to justice. There is a coalition of civil society organizations that call themselves Jammeh to Justice, and Reed Brody is one of the key players on that coalition. Okay. So, qual telephone protest la nunumpo albulate konal. Podam UDP support alde. Ndam UDP support. Okay. So munete ite sijang.
Mi ente sija wala nyindi min tamita no 2016 April 14 ani April 16 min katanya ni ku ya ku bati katu kule mi ya lonko ngani ku ya so je parce que dol fote bari ñol lale dol fote fa ñol la dol fote bari ke wala dol fote ke mal
eta fota monela teri fo bari ko
nte fota nte to amilati marom bu numbo hon mfota nter lale mfota mbari ke la dum fota mfala je
teri wom jumal
nte ter lamin jang Ibrahima Janko Cissé mbari ke wala mu kanun te wala mu
Madi Cissé dimma ha anil
la marom mum famaldi parce que la marom ni na benta dawdara ni even say ni findi de teng sometimes kan ni ku ya sotole parce que la maro ye mutala ka dingo kabin de mi na nyel la moronje nkay nte to mu amida ko nyoy kon don kay ko marom ayen kala kay dingo mi wula kono kon ni na benta any occasion de lafta fe on fe na bulo kon don ko sota bul so wa ka tan ni ku ya ku balati bi pour kana na
jang bari de nying biri be mutala lungo men ete be mi
de nying that day sunku do balori ne ka fay sibo maron ayon ko la pour nga fintuno way entana dal fo talindi mano kan nga fen film baloto dal ni mol mi be silo kan tol mo woro lem ndal kata woro wala nyawti ngoy ko ndati tan daka murle afta tanata fata bital atanata nana nta murta molulo be nata murun kan tol nata na sey itol nata afta mbije murta so ko nambe sirim fo e awas dal ina tan kol nan siboni na tan kol nan ka fanye ko alman nana baro beta da parce que jam felenti be mol lipa kane dol barama adu sayente nga felenti e mil lipa dol lipale wo ko le nata odadi comme ka fo yemuta ye dol bulay wolli parlin ko la inata odadi pour ka mutaroge inata dol mutake samma nata fay sayta be min to nata fo control felenti moto ti dolan cika pour kan safe wo felenta enda sama bar nin do be silo kam baaje wo felenti ba bute ka nyaabe tilindi ngal lafta ka jinka ko no atanata nata
so bari tan na mamuta
no ntena na mamuta nak
bari imam bula mol kono fana men ye protest wala ka banjul wota mo nyunu bita kiti yoto
ankay
ifana ka findile wota mo no
findile kay ka findile kay
okay so nyin dungo e mune ete ay mune minite
nyin lungo e min minite wala nyin diko comme itol min findita pour ka kelo ke banko e dal amanke politique kuti ifindita pour Gambia bele ngana nyanto soto parce que biri findita kuma kon kata minde wala nyin diko Gambia nyanta la nyanto soto la adu fansan na nyanto soto wala kete kuma kanu ngaje findita wala kama so nyi manke comme UDP kule o APRC GDC amanke political party
so ijikita ko nyin ifindita lungo men kama ila hamoni la dual moment waketa
ila hamoni la dual moment waketa le say min to raje wala nyin tol min fana mu banku dingoti ye kelo ken tolle dol fote ni yolla je dole baramalo so je dol bi je han say jato kono man kende yano oto wakam mamba duwala sabante furenji fana be alama ale ne manin kafarke be ibe damen to alama ale la jang sona ye bulo kono nimil hino kono alama ale be dundi nema kono milte nema kono alama ale be dundi nema kono da
mara baraka ba
ifana ya baraka ba
so yeah, that was it. There are a host of people here. We cannot talk to everybody, but we would bring you live coverage of the memorial lecture that would also happen at a hotel, at Mitzi Hotel, at around 6 o'clock. So until we come your way that time, we'll say bye for now. Thank you very much.
Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.